Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus kiki at 9 in the morning. That's why I'm still in bed with my little ladybug. Me? I'm FayWhat, and I'm going to help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's going to be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all I dream? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and I am broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels. I'm also on demand whenever you want, baby. It's Monday, July 8th, 2024. I am currently away enjoying some well-deserved travel for the July 4th holiday. But don't worry, we'll be back live next week right here. And in the meantime, we have some fantastic episodes lined up featuring topics you might have missed. Stay tuned and enjoy the FayWhat Show. Men have sought to enlarge their penises since ancient times. Often using painful and ineffective methods, all right? So tribesmen attach weights while others use piercings or even poisonous snake bites to make their penises bigger. I'm not even lying, all right? Today, Chris Bustamante, founder of Lushful Aesthetics, and popularly known as Injector Chris, to his Instagram followers, is quickly becoming the face of the penis filler boom. Oh. And it is a boom, baby. Oh. Using a syringe filled with hyaluronic acid, he carefully injects it into a small hole in the patient's penis. Watch this.
All right, welcome to Queerty TV. I'm Alex Dreamer, and we're very excited to chat with Chris Bustamante. Chris, how are you? Patients before they come into one of these kinds of procedures.
Into one of the more I guess the clickbaity procedures, right? You know, your penis filler, your scroll fill, Botox. I mean, it depends on the procedure, right? So there's initial fears and hesitations with all of them. I think that for us, luckily, we have a really extensive portfolio of my work when it comes to penis filler and scrotum filler. So you can really see before and afters on our website in real time. Also, lots of information available there for FAQs. But, for penis filler, I guess one of the big questions is is it going to affect the quality of my erections? Everyone obviously wants to preserve the health of, their penis, and they don't want that to affect it. And it does not affect that. So that's one of the great things about it. With Botox, I think that sometimes there's a misconception of it being an aesthetic procedure, which it is not. Botox is essentially a trademarked term for anal Botox, which is not new. I did not invent it. Sometimes people think that, you're the only one that does it. No, I'm not. There's actually literature going back 20 years on the efficacy of Botox for chronic anal fissures. And so for me, wow. So it's pretty extensive. There's a lot of literature on it. And so I utilize it in my practice more for recreational, stuff where people who just want to be able to, enjoy, bottoming or anal play because they are a little bit too tight. They want something to help kind of take the edge off.
I wish you folks could see Alex's face while he's watching. I
need 5 seconds.
I mean, he needs a second to just
5 seconds to digest all of this.
And then he just he opened his underwear and looked at his pee and
what's that website again? Wait a minute. Bustamante.
Oh my God.
I am going to look him up.
Injector Chris. Listen, okay, Injector Chris will grant you the perfect penis. I mean, why? What are we all talking about? Why is it a bad thing? Okay, if I can get Botox on my forehead, right?
God. No. First of all, I love Botox on my forehead, but we're not talking about that right now.
Okay.
So, there's a gentleman at the bar, at the Eagle, who currently underwent the most painful penile procedure, and I'm going to tell you in about 30 seconds. So what they do is they stick something in there, and when he wants to get hard, he pushes one of his balls, and he gets erect, and when he's done, he pushes. He sort of.
But is that like a pump though?
It's a pump. Yeah, it's a pump.
Okay.
And then when he's done, it
goes back in.
It goes back in. So he is in his early 70s, and he is living his best freaking life. I'm like, I won't do it because it's thousands of dollars. And the recovery, you have to be very careful with the recovery.
Of course. You can get an infection and it would be a mess.
He did it, and he is living his best life.
He's in his 70s, Alex?
Listen.
You can't miss him. He's at Eagle like this, just walking around like that.
Actually hit 3, 2, 1. But yeah, he will tell you, and he will tell you all about it. This is really interesting. Scrotox? Scrotox.
Right? You heard it here on the FayWhat show for the first time. Okay, so you see boys, I'm always thinking about you. Why am I always thinking about gay boys' asses? I don't know.
Scrotox. Oh my God.
But I mean, but why not? But why not if it makes you feel better?
I don't like. So there's something called Trimix where you inject something. It's like liquid Viagra.
Okay.
Instead of the Viagra going through your system,
it goes straight there.
It goes straight.
Porn stars use that a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Use it. So you inject it, and boom, and then if you go to your urologist and use it properly, it'll go away. But I've never heard of it looks like you make your penis fluffier, or what's he doing exactly? It makes it look bigger, gives it more of a bulge. I don't know, but it sounds like it's he's making the penis, when it's flaccid, look bigger.
Exactly, because everybody, I mean, unless, you could be fixed or not, right?
Yeah.
What is it called? Sorry, I'm not a boy.
When you're fixed?
No, when you...
when you're spayed?
I was thinking of a dog. I'm so sorry. When you get that, when you're, oh God, come on! When you have the extra skin or you don't have the extra skin.
Uncut. You're uncut.
Yeah, but
what's the saying?
What do Jewish people call it? Like,
a bris? When you have a bris? They call it a bris when it's a kid.
I know all of you are screaming. Thank you. Oh my God! Wow.
That took a minute, right?
I think I just got a circumcised
that took a minute, right
there. Oh my Lord. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I would think that when it's soft, you still have that extra skin. Yeah. If you get this procedure done, they inject that, and then they use that extra skin, and that could be an extra inch or two, which will be that's a lot.
That's a lot. Well, for some people, it's a lot. Yeah. And otherwise, it just looks like a little anteater or a little turtle.
I think that you're not as excited about this because you have a big dick. And if you didn't, then it'd be different. That's it. Okay, right? Do you agree? Okay, go on his OnlyFans. You can see. Okay, it's like subscribe today. You see how you like how I get into that?
I love that thing. Every fucking episode, Faye always tells them to go, "Thank you, Faye."
Listen, I'm not trying to keep all the love for myself. I want you to get off too. You know what I mean? And I need your dog to get food at night. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm all about this doctor. I'm glad that we did this
Dr.
story.
Bustamante. I'm gonna remember this, and I'm totally gonna Google this. I want to see what he's about.
Oh no, I know you are. He's gonna be like, "Hey, I can't come in next Monday because I'm going to a meeting with Dr. Whatever or wherever the hell he's at."
I'm getting my cankles deboned, and I'm getting my penis.
And while I'm there, I'm just gonna have him look at my ass just in case he wants to throw some Botox in there. Who knows? Maybe there's a wrinkle or two. We've got some tea to spill about Fox News host Jesse Waters and his latest antics in what can only be described as a display of sheer nonsense. Waters decided to mock non-binary activist Dee Whitnell's delightful video on gender expression and how seasons impact it. Instead of enjoying the video, Waters twisted Whitnell's words into a ridiculous takedown, complete with a cringe-worthy Grinch smile. If that was not enough, he mocked the video saying, quote, "My pronoun, spring, but I might transition to summer," end quote. Waters needs to learn a thing or two about empathy and community before his next segment.
Can your gender change from season to season? Hi, I'm Dee, my pronouns are they, them, but I also go by any pronouns, and today's video is inspired by an ex of mine who used to say to me, "Why does your gender change so dramatically season to season?" And I want to talk about that. For a lot of trans and non-binary individuals, you may also find yourself changing or exploring your expression or gender identity depending on the season. Now, this isn't saying that all trans individuals experience this, because that's just not the case, or that seasons determine your gender identity or expression. However, it can influence it. For myself, I feel more masculine in the summertime. I wear more masculine clothing, I wear shorts, I normally have my hair up more, and I just feel more boy. Whereas in the wintertime, for some reason, girl mode comes out and I'm loving skirts and dresses and having my hair down. And this might be because in the summertime I get sensory issues because of the heat, so I wear my hair up and I wear less clothing. Whereas in the winter I'm in multiple layers, so I can wear stuff that is a bit more girly or girl coded or a bit more frilly, because I can experiment with the layers to make it a combination of masc and femme.
Gender season, really? Okay, what are we all talking about? What do you think, John?
No, I connect to this. I identify as a whore in the summer, right? Like, it's easy to kind of attach feelings, emotions, and expression to a season because, for sure, sensory issues, right? Or you're invited to a lot more pool parties, or
True.
There's a lot more events happening, or you want to go to the park, and things kind of change. Where I don't connect is obviously my expression as in gender, where I don't like where Jesse Waters, that's the guy's name, this weirdo. Jesse Waters twisted it and makes it seem like people are just changing who they are as a whole.
Like your underwear, like that,
yeah,
like nothing.
And that's the part that pisses me off. But the way that she dissected this and analyzed this is super, super smart and intellectual. Where I think it is kind of like Queer 4.0, where some people are still on the level
2.0?
1.
Yeah. We're still on dial-up.
Yeah. Where you and I are like, work, this bitch just
I know. I was like,
that.
she really totally explained that to the T. Like, I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
but
but she's only saying her expression. Her expression. She's not saying her identity.
Her identity, yeah.
And so I think people need to understand that. But this Jesse Water guy is just another Fox asshole who, by the way, like, trying to be all like holy and mighty. Like, this guy is known for doing already crooked shit. He cheated on his wife and she left him. He's in the back pocket of Trump. Like, how are we gonna like hold any value to anything this guy says?
Nothing.
But hopefully people go back into this video and see it for what it is, because it's actually super intelligent.
Yeah.
Whether you identify, with this girl or not, I think it's super smart that she can understand her expression per season. I don't think we are that.
Well, because we also live in Florida, where it's like hot most of the time. We're usually dressed in little clothing as possible. Yeah. We don't really own a lot of sleeves. You know what I mean?
I don't think I have sleeves.
But like, I remember living in Jersey where I grew up, right? And like during the winter time was when you got a boot. You got a boot to stay warm because it was fucking cold. Now you didn't shave your legs, but you got a boot, right?
Yeah.
And then springtime came. And that's when you get rid of your boo. Bye, boo. Because summer's coming, and that's when everybody's out, and it's time to like fuck the world. You know what I mean? So
I feel like people like in the northern states and in Canada, Toronto especially, because I've been there. They very much do that. Like, the summer comes out, and everyone's like, "Nah, bitch, I'm single." Everyone's shirtless.
Tourists are coming. I'm sorry.
No,
I got time for this.
That's a real thing. So there's something to that. Obviously, we act that way when the seasons change, and you're okay expressing yourself in a different way when the seasons change.
I mean, there's people who will hook up for Valentine's Day because they know Valentine's Day is coming and they want to get a good gift, or the holidays are coming. They don't want to be alone.
No, or check this one out. Or they break up because they don't want to give a gift. Yo, I've heard this shit.
Oh, yeah, you expensive, so I'm gonna break up with you now.
And I've heard that they get back together afterwards.
Right after.
Yeah, it's
How do you come back from that? Like, I'm not even gonna celebrate your birthday. I'm gonna skip you for a month. I'll come back after.
Yeah, they're like, it's just we broke up. Like, no, you set that shit up, bro. Which I think I want to do now. I'm poor.
Now that you're poor, when is Chris's birthday?
In September.
Oh yeah, that's right around the corner. You gotta get a job by the end of summer, or Chris is gonna throw you out. I mean, his clothes probably cost more than regular clothes because he's so big.
No, he's gonna take care of me now.
He didn't move to this country for that.
Shut up, you. That's what I'm telling him that.
Oh, sorry.
He's gonna watch this.
Chris. I mean, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, Chris.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. I promise. Get ready to smell like a big fat loser, okay? With Bette Midler's latest collaboration. The iconic actress and singer lends her voice to a satire ad for Donald Trump's themed perfume, courtesy of the Midas Touch. The ad takes aim at Trump's ongoing legal woes. So throughout her illustrious career spanning decades, Bette Midler has garnered a strong following among our community, especially for performing in gay bathhouses during the early 70s. Watch this.
You can smell just like a big fat loser. You can reek like a repulsive fool, with a hint of sexual abuser and toxic notes of universal ridicule. If you like a fragrance that's psychotic, infused with rage and defamation too, a litany of lies so pathologic, Odor Trump is certainly the stench for you. May cause diarrhea, shingles, constipation, stupidity, incessant whining, adultery, halitosis, fathead, fat ass, teeny weeny peeny, deceit, disgust, disgrace, treason, and comb-overs. Odor Trump is certainly the stench for you.
Because every dictator starts with a dick.
The divine Miss M roast Trump. What are we all talking about? I can't say that by eso, right?
No,
I
for
mean,
sure.
come on. Like, you know, as much horrible and hateful things Donald Trump does and is and represents, like, he is comedy. Like, he is just a walking satire.
It's easy to make fun of him. I don't know how I feel about the song though. Like it feels like a geriatric rap battle. Like between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, like things are going in, and then you have Bette Midler doing this song. It's so cheesy and corny. It's like a very 70s way of backslapping Trump. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if it lands well.
No.
It beep beep doop boop beep beep doop beep. No, you
Like,
wouldn't go in.
It needs something more.
Yeah, go
more
hard.
Ba, 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 boom. Not like, you
Yeah.
know, more bathhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, more
And-
bathhouse.
Instead of like flowers
Than
and lilies.
tea. Like I feel like she was just sipping tea, like making fun of someone. No, she could have gone in with this. And you know, kudos to her. And I think she was also kind of making up for some of the bad publicity she's been getting, especially that they compared her to like J.K. Rowling and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
I
Like,
didn't see that, but I
Yeah,
always think of Bette Midler as like a trailblazer with our community as an ally. No.
Yeah, for sure. But for the gays, but for trans, it wasn't as apparent.
Oh, okay. She didn't come. All right.
So
got it.
she's been getting some bad publicity, and I think this was kind of her way to kind of getting back in it, even
Yeah.
though she's always iconic. But I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it.
It is funny, especially like at the end where she was like, "It causes diarrhea, fat head, fat ass, weenie,
And all
weenie,
that.
teeny, weenie, peeny."
And the comb over. It does.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Beaches?
Oh no, I mean, it's been a long time. I have.
I mean, it's old as shit. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's a very
From the 70s,
old,
isn't it?
It's a 70s, 80s, 90s, something like that. But like Bette Midler's in it, and she's with Barbara Hershey, her best friend. She dies, by the way.
You just gave it away.
Oh, please. The movie's like 30 years old, Jonathan. It's called Beaches. It'll make you cry, okay? But Bette Midler is amazing in it. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta
she's
say.
amazing.
See it.
Kudos to her.
Heterosexual couples have it easy with parental nicknames, mom and dad, right? Mama and papa, ma and pa, or even mother and father. But for same-sex parents, it's a bit trickier. So Redditors recently shared their solutions to the dad and dad dilemma in the Our Gay Bros forum. One person said, quote, "My husband is white, so he's dad, daddy, and I'm Latino, so they call me papa, papi." I like that. I like that. I like that. But so daddy and poppy. Okay, that works for that one. One comment funnily mentioned a gay couple with a kid. They said the family was so dialed in that the kid could yell, quote, "Dad," and the right dad would know. Watch this.
I'm gonna talk to my two dads like I always hear them talking to their friends on the phone. Let's see how they like it. I have a feeling my papa's gonna get very mad. What are you doing, Bear Bear?
What?
Like, what are you doing, Bear Bear? What are you doing right now?
I'm cooking you lunch. Why are you bearing me?
Are you going to Bear Bear week with Bear Bear?
Who's Bear Bear? What are you saying?
Sis, you know what I'm saying.
Stop. Put the phone down.
Sis, really.
Put the phone down.
Okay, Bear Bear. What's the tea? Where's your husband?
My husband?
Yeah, your husband, sis.
What? Wait, why?
Yes, Mama. All the cheese.
What?
Yes, Bear. Get it.
Girl, if you don't stop,
I'm just saying this is how it's like to live with you.
I'm a...
Yeah, thank you. Your second plate? I thought you were on Ozempic.
Shut that off. Seriously.
Girl, do I have to, girl?
He was about to get it. He was about to get the backhand. You can't. You had to bring Ozempic into this conversation. Gay couples tell us what their kids call them. What are we all talking about?
Oh God, I could never play with my parents like that.
Me neither.
Oh,
Me neither. Me neither. I remember once I stuck my tongue out at them. It was the last time. Like, I don't have big, full lips because I was born with them. It was the ba-ba! Like, you know, and I never, like, to play with my parents.
Oh,
like,
no.
You know, I mean, it's a breath of fresh air that they're able to.
Yeah.
You know? But that don't happen in black or brown families.
Well, it was
I know,
about
he was
not
brown.
to happen there. Too.
I know, it was about to not happen there too. How dare you? You can talk about me all you want, but how dare you go to a Ozempic? You know, that's where I draw the line, you know? It's funny because like I do a voice from my dog, right? For Padme, right?
Uh-huh.
And so she'll be screaming from one side of the room. Like, Dina's like, Mom never lets me do anything. I can't stand her. You're my favorite mom anyway. And like, and my wife will be like, you are crazy.
But it's fun.
You need help,
but it's
right?
Fun.
And I go, in her world, she doesn't differentiate the name. She knows who she's talking about, and we know. So I think it's the same thing with, regular kids.
Yeah, it's dad and dad. You know which dad or which mom.
Yeah, or you even say it different.
Yeah, you say it different. Yeah,
like I have a stepfather who has raised me, and he is my dad, like to me, right? And so I call him Pops, I call him Dad, right? And then I met my biological father, and I started calling him Bio Dad.
Bio Dad. Does he accept that?
Well, he's Colombian. He really didn't know what the hell I was saying, but. But I could not give him that title. He didn't raise me.
I get it. Yeah.
His title before I met him was Sperm Giver.
So Bio Dad is cool.
It's actually a promotion if you think about it.
Yeah. I've leveled you up.
I have leveled you up, sir. Come back from Colombia. You're fine.
I like
now.
that, Bio Dad.
I mean, I thought it was still giving him a title, but I couldn't be here without his semen.
No,
I'm very well aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're not Pops. The TV news world just got a bit brighter with Jackson Hackett's coming out. While Hackett has been out to friends and family for years, he kept his professional identity separate until last month. As a morning news anchor for KARE 11 Minneapolis NBC affiliate and co-host of Sunrise, Hackett made a big impact. Born to Jamaican parents, he realized he was gay in 5th grade, but hesitated to tell his conservative parents. And now, just in time for Pride, Jason Hackett has set the right example in front of the whole world. Watch this.
I'm so nervous right now, I'm not gonna lie. This is no doubt the most people I've ever come out to at once. But what me and Alicia and John and Cece and everyone here on Sunrise strive for is authenticity. And I can't preach that without being my authentic self. And for anyone that is watching this now who is struggling to find acceptance or struggling with their family or their friends, take it from me, a gay, black son of immigrants. The road may not be easy. I won't lie to you and say that it is, but don't worry. Keep going. You're going to make it.
Oh, Jason.
Oh, man. Hey, I didn't know this was happening today, but I have totally like an out-of-body experience. I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you. I know. I told you
don't cry.
I know.
Don't
I
do
promised
it.
You.
Don't do it. Because I'm gonna start crying.
This was so hard for you, and I'm so proud of you. And we love you so much.
Oh, I love TV anchor Jason Hackett, and I love that he came out just in time for Pride, and I love that he's got a new stalker, me. Because I'm obsessed with him. Jason Hackett comes out. What do you think? What are we all talking about?
I'm so happy. I'm happy for him, especially being Caribbean descent, Jamaican descent.
Not easy.
It's not easy.
Not easy.
That is not easy.
Jamaica is one of those places that you think twice about going to visit or spending your LGBTQ plus dollars because they're not very supportive of our community. So, and that was me saying it nicely. Okay?
But I'm so happy for him.
Yeah. And what big cojones. Coming out is one thing, but coming out in front of the world that, on your newscast, when you spend so much time with people at work, they become your family.
They do,
And so all these people knew.
Yeah.
But to have him ready to say it to the world that way, in a supportive way, you've got to find your safe place. And for Jason Hackett, of all safe places, was this newsroom
in Minneapolis.
In Minneapolis,
such the opposite from Jamaica, right?
Right. And when I think of Minneapolis, I think of very tall people cutting wood. Being very cold. Paul Bunyan, I think of that. Is that what that is? Have you been there?
Oh yeah, many times.
Have you?
I was a flight attendant.
Oh, I was gonna say, but I was on purpose, right?
I was a flight. I had to be.
But you had to be there.
Prince also, Prince.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Oh, I love Prince. And Prince made everything Princey in Minneapolis.
Yes.
Where is it? Where he lived at? That was just
God, I can't remember the name of his.
But that purple. His purple shit was everywhere. So Prince definitely made an impact. But definitely when I think of Minneapolis, I think of cold. I don't think of gay culture.
Well, they're very liberated. Actually, they're very friendly people, and it's very progressive in Minneapolis.
Okay.
So shout out to KARE 11 for him having such a supportive team
Yeah.
around him
Yeah.
that just told him and his co-host was like, I didn't even know you were doing this today.
I know.
Like,
She's like, I would have worn a different dress.
But we love you.
We love
I
him. No, I love this. I love this. And it's good to note that also Robin Roberts, one of our favorite TV anchors, who also is a breast cancer survivor, an incredible lesbian, who she finally got married like this year or last year after being with her girl for like 12 years, is also out of Minneapolis.
Yes.
So maybe there's something in the water that we're missing. I need to go to, is there a Minneapolis Pride? I want to go to
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then we can figure that out.
Yeah. It is.
Did you ever hook up there in Minneapolis?
Oh God, it was so long ago.
So the answer is yes, folks.
I really don't remember. I remember in Minneapolis just being a very cool city. Like I was like, these people are cool.
Oh, okay.
These people are pretty cool.
Okay.
Not opposite from what I expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opposite from what I
expected.
expected.
Well, I mean, there it is. I mean, it's a cool city. Go visit it. All right. And if you drink the water, you might leave gay. Get ready for some real talk because Rosie O'Donnell is sounding the alarm, woo, 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 loud and clear as we gear up for the elections. In a recent chat with Chris Cuomo on News Nation, this actress, activist, and all-around icon didn't hold back, pulling no punches when it comes to the stakes of another Trump run. She said, quote, democracy is on trial, end quote. Rosie's been on the front lines of this battle since day one, and she's not mincing words about the danger ahead. With Trump back in the spotlight, O'Donnell's warning sirens are blaring louder than ever. Watch this.
You know, it's very interesting. I expect nothing but the lowest bar for Donald Trump. And, you know, every single day he just grants my perception of him as correct by his actions, by his words, by his horrible Truth Social that is failing. And, you know, he is the kind of person that is a grifter. And he is an evangelical preacher to people who believed that Celebrity Apprentice was true. And Celebrity Apprentice was not true. And Mark Burnett has tapes of him calling people every racist word in the world, telling women to get down on their knees. Mark Burnett owns the cache of all of Trump's sickness, and he refuses to release it. And I think that's a sin because what's happening now is democracy is on trial.
Rosie goes after Trump, and I live for it. What are we all talking about? I love that Rosie called out Mark Burnett like that, saying, you know, like you've got all the footage of this shit, and you're not going to let it out. Of course he's not. He's a white man. Like, well, he's going to protect Trump.
And Trump, if he wins, is probably going to protect him. Yeah. I mean, I'm talking to a lot of people about it at the bar, and they're coming in, and like, if he wins, it's a shit show. If he loses, it's a shit show because you don't even know what. I mean, January 6th might be just sort of like the precursor.
Oh my God, must have been the practice run.
Can you imagine? He loses, or God forbid, I say he dies, because if he dies, all of a sudden there's some sort of conspiracy. Like a million things can go wrong no matter which side of the chessboard you play on.
Yeah.
So good for her. I mean, she's always been very, very outspoken.
Very outspoken.
And she's telling the truth. Like Mark Burnett, who knows what they're hiding in Russia? All these conspiracy theories.
Yeah. But I mean, all those conspiracy theories are derived from something real, though, Alex. You know.
I don't understand how this guy is convicted or his guy's on trial or this.
And he still gets to run for president.
I mean,
I know.
How does that make sense in any? It's insane. Like the guy's literally on trial and indicted, and still the primary, like won the Republican primary. Mm-hmm. What does that say? I don't know.
It's ridiculous is what it is. And, I love that Rosie, like you said, is outspoken. I loved Rosie back in the day. Do you remember when she had her talk show?
Everything.
Okay. I loved her talk show. And as a little lesbian, I was like, my God, I want to be like her, right? Yeah. And then she came out and then went cuckoo. Like just lost her shit, which can happen with coming out. I totally get it. And I don't know what it's like to come out on that scale where she was at either, Which
is kind of the worst kept secret, and I mean, come on,
right? Like she didn't have to shave the side of her head for us to know. She didn't have to get the lesbian mullet for us to know that we knew, Yeah. But I mean, she has been a firm advocator against Trump since the beginning.
Yeah.
And she's not afraid to call people out. Like, I mean, we need to hear more of this.
I mean, and what would you call her? What would what would she be like if she were a guy speaking like this? I mean, if she were,
they wouldn't think of her as an angry lesbian like they do now, Alex.
Yeah. So
that's it. It's the truth, you know? And I mean, let me ask you something. That's interesting that you said that at the bar, the Eagle, Wilton Manors, please come by.
Please come.
I love you, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
When, you know, a leather bar, right? A leather bar. There's people there with very little clothing, and we expect it from you, Alex, and yet you are still talking about elections coming up and voting and stuff like that.
So, you know, I work happy hour. In addition to the night shifts, I work the happy hour shifts. And what do? The music is low, so you chat back and forth. And, you know, the Trump supporters don't say that they're Trump supporters, and the non-Trump supporters will talk about it all day that they don't support Trump. But it's like, if he loses, Wilton Manors needs to the security for all of our events are already amped up.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen when he loses and all of a sudden you're like half naked in a bar?
Yeah.
Being whatever you want to be, and some idiot
comes in.
What are you going to, like, we have like everything in place for something like that, but my God, how crazy. It's not crazy to think that's going to happen. It's going to happen.
No,
you know what I mean?
Listen, a lot of us in our community still have PTSD from when the guys in their pickup trucks with the Trump and American flags came through Wilton Drive.
Wow.
Okay, screaming obscenities to our brothers.
It's like,
okay, those are just precursors to what could happen. The wonderful thing is that our community,
we don't take it.
We don't take no shit.
No, we won't.
And a lot of us are armed. You just don't know.
Oh my God, I literally was at a friend's house and I didn't know he was armed, and he brought it up. I was like, whoa, like the least assuming he is ready to go.
Well, and he's got that right to be.
Yeah,
okay? And
just like you.
Just like you. And the difference between the LGBTQ plus community and others when it comes to guns, we don't tell everybody. We don't boast about that. We're more talking about what show we're going to this weekend or what we're about to buy, but we're not there like, look at our guns, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just very on the low, and we're ready. It would only be if necessary, you know? And it's scary that we're even having this conversation about having a freaking gun,
I've never held a gun in my life.
No?
Not even once.
I have, and I didn't like it.
Right?
I didn't like how it made me feel. I didn't like, some people love the warmth and the hot of it and all that. Like, the fact that this thing could kill somebody and is killing people while I'm talking and I'm holding this, I could not with that responsibility.
And we're not talking about Rosie, are we?
No, we never are. Rosie probably has a gun.
Who's to say she doesn't?
I mean, but again, she's got the right? Yeah. All right. Recently, Virgin Radio presenter Shivani Dave appeared on the British network Talk TV to discuss the CAS report, an independent review of healthcare for transgender youth in the UK. When introducing Shivani, host Julia Hartley-Brewer misgendered them, calling them she. Shivani responded saying they use they, them pronouns. Hartley-Brewer went on to say, quote, "Thank you for telling me your pronouns. I use correct grammar," end quote. Hartley-Brewer also went on to call Shivani a single woman. Following the backlash, she has since reposted a post on X comparing the LGBTQ plus community to the Taliban, saying, quote, "At least the Taliban know what a woman is," end quote. Watch this.
Good afternoon, Julia. You know my pronouns are they, them. How are you doing?
Yeah. Thank you for telling me your pronouns. I use correct grammar. So the only thing I would need to refer you to is to your face would be you. But I'm not being rude. You can choose your pronouns. You can choose what you want to call yourself, but you don't get to require me to use incorrect grammar and factually incorrect things. You're not a plural. You're a one person. And you're a female person, so I will use she and her. Thank you very much.
Do what you like, I guess.
Well, there you are. You didn't need to tell me then, did you?
Maybe I'm just making sure people know in case they're watching and they want to refer to me respectfully.
Is it disrespectful for me to use correct factual grammar?
It's not incorrect or unfactual grammar to use singular they, them pronouns for an individual. But we're here to talk about the CAS review.
Yeah, but you chose to bring it up.
You chose to use the incorrect pronouns for me.
I chose to use the correct pronouns for a single woman who is appearing on my show.
I'm not a single woman, though. I'm a very special non-binary trans person, as you just pointed out. I
didn't
really
just point that out.
In the crowd.
I didn't just point that out. I introduced you as a journalist and a Virgin Radio presenter.
know just before I came on, you were talking about how people with all these labels like to be special. And I'm just making sure that everyone knows I'm special.
Okay, I'm not special. I'm just a boring old heterosexual married woman. But, you know, sorry about that. We're not allowed to do that anymore. In fact, that probably does make me special now. I don't know.
British anchor refuses proper pronouns. What are we all talking about?
We're talking about disrespect. We're talking about disrespect.
Yeah.
Like, what is it off of you to respect someone who is blatantly saying, hey, I use they, them pronouns. Okay, so I'll call you they from now on.
That's it. Or for the next 5 minutes, Jay. Okay? They're not a part of their lives forever.
It's it's just lost on me of how sometimes I misgender folks because I just am ignorant. I'm out of the know. I'm still a cis man. You know, I don't know what your pronouns are until you correct me on them. And when I am corrected, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Done. I file it right there and that's
done.
It. Yeah, you won't have to tell me again.
No.
You know? Yeah.
No. And I find this just so weird. Like, girl, you are right. You are not special. You are a boring old heterosexual woman who just does not get it. And maybe you shouldn't be on the telly.
On the telly. The telly.
Disrespecting folks like that. Like, it's just a matter of respect. It's not even hard.
No.
It's not even something difficult.
It's not. And you're an anchor. You have a job to do. Okay? Your job is to interview this person, this human being. Okay? And when I interview someone, I'm told the person's name, right? And I always say, what are your pronouns? What would you like for me to call you as? That's just being respectful. That's just meeting somebody and saying, thank you, you're welcome, mister, whatever it is, opening the door for someone. It's being a proper human, Jay. It's not really going above and beyond anything.
It's not.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember when they then became more mainstream, right? When we were all like, okay, we got to learn this shit, right?
Right.
And then even journalists came out and said, okay, grammatically it feels wrong, but this is how we need to start writing because of the evolution of what the world, where the world is at.
Right.
Journalists, okay? Journalists that can't pick a side. They are just reporting the news.
That's it.
They are telling the story.
That's it. That's it.
Okay? And if the person is, my name is Bobby and he, him, that's it. That is what you need to make sure that's in your story.
Bobby. From now on, I will refer to you as Bobby and he, him. That's it.
Plain and simple. And you're done.
And then go through with the interview.
And you're done. And then you'll probably never see them again, Jay. Like, it's not that serious. You know, it's just you being an awful human being. You're not special. You're the opposite of special, okay? And if your parents were alive still, would they be okay with you just being a very disrespectful human? Because that's what you are, ma'am, you know? And kudos to that gentleman for sitting there and taking it, because I think you or me would have been like,
I'd have been like,
click.
This is over. We're not doing this.
Or was it on Zoom? Leave, right?
Because
leave meeting.
I've done it to someone, and there's a debate within the gay community about using girl and she and cis, just randomly calling people she. So I was randomly called she and girl and cis by someone who I don't really know that well, but we are acquainted.
Yeah.
And I said, I would appreciate if you call me he. Like, I don't know you like that. Some of my friends, they say sis. Sometimes they say girl. Sometimes they say she.
I know, but that's your inner crew.
That's my inner crew.
Exactly.
They know me.
Exactly.
They know me. And this person got offended, was like, I don't see why you getting in a tizzy because da-da-da-da, and was just going off on me. And I'm like, because I asked you to respect what I want to be called. It's the same. It's on the same banter. It's the same side of the same fence. It's just respect.
It's just respect.
If I wanted to be called a dog, please just call me that. Just respect what people want to be called. Like,
listen, people have had nicknames since the beginning of time, Jay. Okay, people have had nicknames. No, call me Mikey. Call me Mikey. You know, call me Porcelain, right? People are, okay, cool, noted. And then they're done. Then that's it. You know, they've made this such a thing because it's our community.
Yeah.
Okay, and people just fear what they don't understand.
And then she equated us to the Taliban. Like, girl, really?
At least they know who women are. Wow, do your research. They don't treat women that well either, okay? Just to let you know. Did you know that the Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church located in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast our Sunday service every week at 10:30 a.m. Show. I hope that you had fun. I am really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. It's often hard for us girls, but if we believe we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We open the show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity because it is what makes us so damn strong. Until then, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets, Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube, you know the drill. Follow FayWhat. And since you're always on the go, you can listen to the FayWhat Show wherever you listen to your podcasts. Just search the FayWhat Show. Until next Monday World at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand, I am FayWhat. And I am #thatgirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #thatgirl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl, the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #thatgirl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat Show. Get the week started with me.